All right, it says here we are live. So, welcome to my channel. I am Daisy, your hostess, and hopefully, you are having a wonderful day, a beautiful day, evening, or morning, whatever time of day that is for you. I want to thank the new visitors to the channel. If you're new and you just found me here at this video, I'm glad you found us. I'd like to find out, how did you find me? Was it something that you were just browsing through the thumbnails, or how did you find me? That'd be something that I'd be interested in knowing. And to our subscribers, I want to thank you so very much for joining me on this journey, for being a part of this evolution for myself and in this chapter of my life. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for sharing the different videos. Also, thank you for leaving me comments. It means the world to me when you leave a comment. It lets me know, hey, so and so was visiting. That's great, and your feedback and what you liked about whatever video you're listening to. So, thank you so very much for all of that. It really means the world to me. It really does. Okay, so the next question that I'd like to share, if you are new to my channel, like, what is my channel about? Well, it's about knowledge of the esoteric, knowledge about self development and growth, and also on top of that, it also um, providing answers to those questions that you have through not just myself, but through the aid of the muse. And who's the muse? My oracles. And so that's what you see on this channel. That's what you see. Hey, D, good vibes only. Hello, beautiful. Our hair is so long, beautiful as yourself. Hope you and yours are doing great. Well, thank you. Yes. I'm following that Farmer's Almanac. And I'm thinking this time I probably have to take it down that much just to freshen up these. I mean, every month I cut it, give it a good hack. And I can't believe, like, I cut about an inch and two, and it just. But they do say if you want your hair to grow, don't cut it, but you do have to trim those little ends just a little bit. But thank you, just for you, darling, just for you. um, so I'm glad that you're able to hang out. Hopefully you can hang out, because the front end of this video is going to be a little bit heavy, and I'm going to do the oracle readings in the second part, because that's what I was just going to get into. But before I do that, I want to also say thank you. I want to say thank you to all of you who support me through Patreon. I really want to say thank you so very much. It touches my heart. I really just thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know how to say it any better. So what does it mean when you're on Patreon? Well, it just gives you an edge. Literally, that when I do the 2 live events that I do, which is this one here, Playing with Angels, and the other one is the full moon live events. When I do the oracle readings, you are going to have guarantee that you're going to have a card drawn. So everybody else gets under that queue. So that's what we're going to get. And I don't know if I'm going to have enough voice for what I want to share today, but definitely I'll try and get through this and through our oracle reading. So what we will do today, what we're going to do today, and I'm going to take my I have actually notes here for you, so I don't want to miss any of the juicy stuff that I'm going to share with you. In today's Playing with Angels, we are going to be given access to meet with the angels through one of the influential witnesses to the angel lore, which is found in the book of Enoch. And that's where we're traveling to today. So, the book of Enoch is a combination of at least 5 separate works. And they're all different, dating different from different eras. So it'll be interesting. Hopefully you'll find it worthy enough for you to check it out for yourself. But if you're interested in angels, this may be something that's worthy of your attention. The book of Enoch was excluded from the Septuagint, and the Septuagint was the version of the Hebrew Bible from which the early Christian emerged from. And it also was excluded from the canon of the Tanakh, and that was the Hebrew Bible of the 5th century BC. So And I keep talking about Enoch here. Enoch is a biblical figure, if you didn't know, and he was patriarch prior to Noah's flood. And he was the son of Jared. I'm going to give you a little lineage, and you can check it out in Genesis. He was the son of Jared, and according to the book of Genesis, the father of Methuselah, and Methuselah is the son of Lamech. Lamech being the eighth generation descendant of Adam. So I just want to give you the little history here, this lineage, and then we're going to get into Enoch's angels. But it's important to know who are we talking about, right? And what's this thing about angels? Well, the one thing to know is that Enoch came before the flood of the Hebrew Bible, and you'll know why I mentioned this in a little bit, and we're going to get to that. So first, Enoch. Important to know, Enoch does not die, but he is taken by God. And Methuselah, his son, dies in the year of the flood, which ends the 10 generational sequence from Adam to Noah, in whose time the world is destroyed, again, according to the Bible. So the Bible itself is an anthology, and which is to say that it's a great treasure of our past, and it contains a compilation of texts originally written in Hebrew, Aramaic, and also classic Greek. And these texts include instructions, stories, poetry, songs, and prophecies, and other genre items. So taking that into consideration. Now, I do want to take a moment here and say that the Septuagint, from which the Christians' Bible took its origin, was written in classical Greek. And it's good to point out that at the time, classical Greek contained over 60,000 words, while the Hebrew language only had 8,400. And I say this because it's a pittance. When you think about it, the vocabulary, it's a pittance of words, compared to the classical Greek that was predominant at the time. And I'm just giving you this for thought later on when you're like taking your shower, you're like, why am I thinking about this? Well, it gives you a lot to think about, because it would, not surprise me to conclude that the translation of the Bible that we know today is lacking in truth and authenticity in its translation. And the world and customs of 3000 BC were that, compared to what we know, are just, totally different, because back then religion and science were like in one roof. It wasn't separate like we know it now. And um and so the world of then and the world of now is just two different worlds. So, I would just tell you, do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Just visit and spend some time with the classic Greek Septuagint, and you go to the source. The Bible not being so much the source, but where the translation came from. And it'll be interesting. I am discovering things that I didn't know. And I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? It was right in our face, but because the language was so limited, it just didn't come across. Or interesting how some things were omitted. Now, to get an idea of how different 3000 BC was, let's get, like in our time, we're going to get into a little time capsule together, and we're going to go back a little bit. And and I'm going to send you some sources here. According to Vindolanda.com, Roman betrothal and marriage, 12. Think about if you have daughters and sons, 12 was considered the age of marriage for the Roman girls. And some marriages took place with the onset of menarche, which is menstruation. Once the girl was menstruating, when she was ready to, be wed. And that was a custom usually with people of the aristocracy, or people that, were the upper classes back then. And when a boy reached or passed the age of 14, he went through a ritual that, transitioned him into manhood, and wherein he exchanged his childhood tunic for, the man toga. They were toga wearers back then. Don't ask me what's under that toga, baby. Uh, so it wasn't unusual though the question is like, but it was done through a ritual. So the question is, don't ask me what ritual was happening, but maybe you would like to take a quest, take it as your quest to find out what the ritual was, what it involved, and return back with that intel. We'd like to know, right? Um, well, now that I painted kind of a picture of the past, a little bit about who Enoch was, kind of, those times, so different, imagine, can't even imagine a little girl with a 12-year-old with a baby, right? But hey, that those were the times. But this is what's important. We should keep in mind to see that the past, when we see the past, we see it as the past and not use our eyes of today, because we confuse the different cultures because they were all very different times. So now we're going to go back to the book of Enoch. Now that we've got like a little picture and, times are different, definitely different. The book of Enoch tells the story of 200 watchers. And here we talk about translations and terminology. They say that these watchers were angels. And these angels were sent to watch over humanity. These watchers were filled with lust for the human women because they were so beautiful. And they began taking them as wives and having children with them. So they also taught human many skills relating to different disciplines of science and art, and as we practice it today, actually. And God condemned these fallen angels for their actions and tasked the archangels to deal with the rebellious angels, or these rebellious fallen angels who did not follow his instructions. So he also instructed the archangels to show Enoch. So we're still with Enoch, and this is how we find out, a little bit more about angels. The main character of this book, what would happen to the watchers, the fallen angels, and their offsprings? Because now think about it. Now there's kind of a hybrid, angels and humans. And so there's going to be like a penalty for the fallen angels and their offsprings. And in the process, the different angels also were showing Enoch the workings of creation, and also especially that of the heavenly bodies and their impact in man. So maybe at a later time we can go back into some more, or maybe in my the part of the channel where I do book readings, I might actually read the book of Enoch. I think I'll do that, and somehow we'll be able to cross-reference these two videos together. But that'll be interesting, right? So we're going to continue a little bit. The intermingling of the watchers and the human women resulted in what they call the Nephilims. And you hear those in the Bibles. It's written about them. And these giants were violent, and that's what the Nephilims were, according to the book of Enoch. They were destructive individuals who had no regard for life, and the rebellion of the watchers resulted in them becoming fallen angels. So, according to the fallen angels, included in what I'm going to do, included in the description of this video, I'm going to give you these reference links where I'm getting this information from, so you can, at your leisure, do a little reading, have a little, sleuthing of your own. So I'm going to take a liberty here and quote a couple passages from the book of Enoch. And this is from chapter 6, and I will include that here in this video. And it says here, "Then swear they all together and bound themselves by mutual imprecations." And that word means, which means a spoken curse. And it says, so they bounded themselves together. And they were in all 200 who descended in the days of Jared. Now you know who Jared is, right? On the summit of Mount Hermon. And the Mount of Hermon is located to the south of Bequa in the border between Syria and Lebanon. Just to give you an idea, okay? And they called it Mount Hermon because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And so they cursed themselves already on there, right? And these are the names of their leaders. So these are the fallen angels, their names. Semyazaz, their leader. Arakiba, Ramiel, Kokabiel, Tamiel, Ramiel, Daniel, Ezekiel, Barakijal, Azael, Batarel, Ananel, Zakiel, Samsapel, Satarel, Turel, Jomjael, Sariel. So they said that these were the chiefs of tens, right? I'm going to jump over to chapter 8, where we get a little bit more about these angels. And Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth and art of the working them, and bracelets and ornaments, and the use of antimony and beautifying of the eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones and all coloring tinctures. And there arose much godlessness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray, and became corrupt in all their ways. Semjazah taught enchantments and root cuttings, and that's probably today's herbal and medicine, right? Armaros, the resolving of enchantments, and Barakijal taught astrology. Korkabel, the constellations. Ezekiel, the knowledge of the clouds. Arakel, the signs of the earth. Shamziel, the signs of the sun. And Sadiel, the course of the moon. So that's probably so we see there the teaching of herbalism, medicine, astrology, astronomy. So these angels were teaching all this to man. And then I'm going to just jump over to chapter 9, and it says here, and then Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel looked down from heaven and saw much blood being shed upon the earth, and all lawlessness being wrought upon the earth. And they said one to another, the earth made without inhabitant cries the voice of their crying. Isn't that interesting that the angels would say, the earth made without inhabitants? I wonder what that really means. But anyway, it says here, cries the voice of their crying up to the gates of heaven. And now to you, the holy ones of heaven, the souls of men make their suit, saying, bring our cause before the Most High. And they said to the Lord of the ages, Lord of lords, God of gods, King of kings, and God of the ages, the throne of thy glory standeth unto all the generations of the ages, and thy name holy and glorious and blessed unto all the ages. Thou hast made all things, and power all things hast thou, and all things are naked upon in thy sight. And thou seest all things, and nothing can hide itself from thee. Thou seest what Azazel hath done. So they're just kind of saying, dude, big dude, look what Azazel has done. And the archangel say, thou seest these things, and thou dost suffer them, and thou dost not say to us what we are to do to them in regard to these. So we're moving on to chapter 10. And then said the Most High, the big dude, he says, the holy and great one spake, and sent Uriel to the son of Lamech, and said to him, go to Noah, and tell him, in my name hide thyself, and reveal to him the end that is approaching. And now you see what I meant. It appears that Enoch, was given the opportunity to go into the future and whisper into Noah's ears and say, dude, there's going to be a flood coming a few generations down. Hide yourself. So, right? Isn't that interesting? So I'm going to jump to chapter 13, where Enoch confronts Azazel and is asked by the fallen angels to petition the Lord of heaven for forgiveness in their behalf. And Enoch reads the petition and falls asleep. So according to the book of Enoch, this is then in section 8, what happens? And behold, a dream came to me, and visions fell down upon me. And I saw visions of chastisement, and a voice came bidding me, I too tell it to the sons of heaven and reprimand them. So apparently he was supposed to kind of say, hey, the big dude here wasn't very happy, and these are the things that he's saying. So anyway, he goes on to say, and when I awaked, I came unto them, and they were all sitting gathered together, weeping in Abel's Jail, which is between Lebanon and Seneser. So that's a region, with their faces covered. And I recounted before them all the visions which I had seen in sleep, and I began to speak the words of righteousness and to reprimand the heavenly watchers. So we get through Enoch, we get the story of these angels, we get the story of the fallen angels, we get also a peek at the four main angels, archangels, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, and Michael. And so there's just a little bit more that I want to share because I just loved it. The story was just so fascinating. So During that time, Enoch is given is shown creation. So in chapter 8, he says, "I saw the treasures of all the winds. I saw how he had furnished with them the whole creation and the firm foundations of the earth, and I saw the cornerstone of the earth." I don't know, does that make you think, if the earth is round, why would there be a cornerstone? Interesting, huh? Now, question, do you have to question yourself? Was Enoch high? What was going on? And what was all this revelation? Obviously, something he knew, because according to the Bible, there was a Noah, and there was a flood, according to the Bible, right? But how did he see that? How did he know, right? Was he on some mushroom or some happy juice? But anyway, he goes on to say, "And I saw how the winds stretch out the vaults of heaven and have their station between heaven and earth. These are the pillars of heaven." So he's saying here that um, I saw the wind stretch out, and he saw the four winds, and he called those the pillars. Let's see what else here he says. Let's see. "I saw the winds of heaven which turn and bring the circumference of the sun and all the stars to their setting. I saw the winds of the earth carrying the clouds. I saw the paths of angels. I saw at the end of the earth the firmament of the heaven above." So, not I'm sure that some of you have had or know about people that have had experiences, where they've seen angels. I myself had one. I've had a near death experience, and the paramedics came to bring me back, and I did have an experience of angels. I did not see angels with forms. I The creator was a ball of light that just the energy was love. So I have my own firsthand experience. And, I think about Enoch, was it any different, right? For people to say, well, was this a vision, or was he seeing things, And it's kind of interesting when you think about that, how different was the book of Enoch and his story of the angels and what he was seeing in that, moment. Any different than when you go on the YouTube channel and you type in near death experiences, people that see angels, or blah, 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 is it much different? But here, for the first time, in one of the most ancient books that they have, in the book of Enoch, which was, as I mentioned earlier, was taken out of the Bible, is the first kind of narrations of angels or angel lore. And that's kind of a place where the beginnings of, the I'll call it angel speak for less. But let me just give you a little bit more, and then after that, we're going to get started with our access, our muse, and do some angel readings. We'll pull some cards out and do some divinations here. Have a little fun, okay? So a little bit more about Enoch and the angels. He goes on to say that, and this is going into the chapter 40, because it's an extensive book. He jumps into the four angels. Oh, but before I do that, I want to say real quick, before I finish the pillars, he said, "I saw the paths of the angels. I saw at the end of the earth the firmament and the heaven above." And so I'm going to leave the rest for you, because I'll leave the link here so you can read it. It's really fun reading. It's also it's kind of interesting. It makes you kind of think. If you have an artistic inclination, you start seeing beautiful imageries, right? So in chapter 40, that's where they mention the four archangels. And it's just another 3-minute read here, so bear with me. "And after that, I saw thousands of thousands, 10,000 times 10,000. I saw multitude beyond number and reckoning, who stood before the Lord of spirits. And on the four sides of the Lord of spirits, I saw four presences, different from those that sleep not. And I learned their names, for the angel that went with me made known to me their names, and showed me all the hidden things. And I heard the voices of those four presences, and I thought that this was worth sharing with you, as they uttered praises before the Lord of glory." Mind you, I have not read the book of Enoch, and when I had my near-death experiences, my I had one. I had one out of body where my grandmother came to get me, but I found out that something had happened to me and something had happened to her. But anyway, the one where I had this experience of being in the presence of the creator and all the angels. I couldn't see their their faces. I didn't have a body. They didn't have a body, but to the best way that I could interpret it, it's like I always say this. You can't see the molecules around us that we're breathing in, right? That's how many angels and they were constantly singing the praise of the Creator. So it doesn't surprise me that I read this in the book of Enoch. So this is what they were saying. So the first archangel was saying, uttered praises before the Lord of glory. The first voice blesses the Lord of spirits forever and ever. And the second voice I heard blessing the elect one, and the elect ones who began hang upon the Lord of spirits. So this kind of, I think, gives us the idea that there's a hierarchy, right? And then he says here, the third voice I heard pray and intercede for those who dwell on the earth and supplicate in the name of the Lord of spirits. So we get to kind of get an idea that there are jobs, there's tasks, and that there is a pecking order, right? And then it says here, the fourth voice fending off the Satans. And it's interesting, it's not the Satans. We could take this to mean almost anything, but I'm actually taking up trying to learn Greek. So it'll be interesting if I can find this in the Greek and see if Satan means an entity, a concept, or an idea. But anyway, because sometimes we give these evils name, like I totally give poverty a bad name. To me, it's like, hey, that's evil. That shouldn't be. A disease is evil. So to me, those, if you call it evil, well, that's evil. It's like, it shouldn't be that way. But anyway, so it says here, so this fourth voice is fending off the Satans and forbidding them to come before the Lord of spirits to accuse them who dwell on the earth. I thought that was kind of interesting. And the last little sentence before I, conclude the angel speak. After that, I asked the angel of peace who went with me, who showed me everything that is hidden. Who are these four presents which I have seen and whose words I have heard and written down? And he said to me, this first is Michael, the merciful and long suffering. I'm not sure if I want to be Michael. I don't want to be suffering for a long time. The second, who is set over all the disease and all the wounds of the children of men, is Raphael. So this is where we get the idea that Raphael is the healer archangel, the one in green that usually we see like that. The third, who is set over all the powers, is Gabriel. We're going to talk about the powers in another video that we do angel speak, okay? And the fourth, who is set over the repentance unto hope of those who inherit eternal life, is named, interesting, Phanuel. Interesting. And these are the four angels of the Lord of spirits and the four voices I heard in those days. And this is from the book of Enoch. So I hope that you found that part interesting. And I'm going to leave the links, several links in the description of this video later on when I finish with the live, so you can check it out. Okay, so if you are ready, I am ready. And we are going now to move into our oracle reading. And here we go. So if you have just popped into the video right now, into the live, and you would like to have a card read, please put your name and let me know what the question is. And if I have voice and within my time, I'll put you on the queue and we will get that for you. So I have here today, of course, the muses are here, and I get to choose which one of them are going to be here with me today. I am going to be drawing today from the Gabriel deck, from Archangel Gabriel Oracle cards. Boom, boom. And depending if I am so inspired, and I've got my crew here live, the next one is going to be from, I thought it would be appropriate to get a little more help. And it's from The Soul Truth Self-Awareness Card Decks by Brittany Hovey. And maybe the third, if I so choose, will be from, this is called Oracle of the Angels. And I love this because this is just like a 2 or 3 words, and it helps you use the imagery and also stuff. So here we go. The first one on my queue is going to be for Madeline. And Dee, are you still here? Are you still here, beautiful? Because then we can we can set off to the stars. We're going to travel now, and everything has been blessed. Access of the angels channeling through, and the muses are here. So if you have a question, Dee, go ahead and make sure you put in. So in the meantime, I'll go ahead and I'll start with Madeline. So while you come up with yours, I'll do Madeline. Okay, Madeline, we have this card. It's in reverse. So what's going on? Looks like there's been some delay in some projects that you have. So this, I'm going to put it the right side up, but you know that I read in the reverse. So we have new project. And it says here, like a newborn baby, your actions are growing your idea into a reality. So as I'm seeing this card in the reverse and the message coming through, it appears that maybe like right now you are going through like a phase where I call it like, and you'll let me know later on. I know you will. First you go through that there's a lot happening, and you kind of, you get into that groove. It's a lot going on, and you're doing it. And then, it's like, it gets to this crescendo, a lot of drama, a lot of work, a lot of projects, and it just doesn't stop. And then it comes to like a plateau. And so this is where I'm getting the message that this is where you're at. It says here, like a newborn baby, your actions are growing your idea into reality. I am using the reverse interpretation that, apparently now this is going to be what's it called? Oh my God, the word just came. The lull before. And I would tell you, yes, you might have an inclination to like rush and do something, the message here is, take the pause. It might, I'm seeing something. I see 2 weeks. So, use that pause to recuperate. Don't rush into anything. You may want to use, if people call for some whatever need they have, look at your calendar and push it past those 2 weeks, because you need this lull. You need this lull to kind of feel that, feel that void, feel it, and let it feel empty for you, because what's coming next, you're going to need that to fill it in, So sometimes people get uncomfortable. It's almost like when you're having a conversation, and you're talking with another person and they don't say anything. And you're like, say something, but they just have that pregnant pause. And you just feel like you have to say something, you feel like you have to like fill the space. You don't. And even with our spirit, we don't have to always be doing something. It's okay. So I'm just trying to share with you the message from the angels for you is, it's okay not to do anything. It's okay to embrace the empty. It's okay to be there, to bathe in it, because the emptiness is something also. And it's that delicious, yummy, what's it called, vessel waiting for the seed of something creative to come through. So you want it to be empty, and you want to make sure you empty it out. Okay, because it's going to help you. Okay, there you go. Madeline, done. Are you ready? Dee, did you have you did? Did you ask a question, or you just want me to throw the card? Just let me know. I'm going to give myself a second here. Let me know if you just want me to throw the card, and I'll just throw the card. Or if you have a question. I didn't see a question on Patreon, so. Yes, oh, that's right. Duh. You did. I see it over here. With kids, be successful, everyone happy. Pew, pew. What? Okay. Okay, beautiful. So here we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the question here is for Dee. Will she be able to move with the kids? Will the move with the kids be successful, and will everyone be happy? So that's the question. Oh, I would love to. Give me their name. Put it on there. Yes. Of course. I love you. I love you, beautiful. Go ahead. And we'll do it next because you're live and they're live. Absolutely. Okay, so here we go. Um, in reference to the question about the move, will it be successful and will they be happy? So that's a, I don't know, you did 2 questions. You asking, you did a double question in one, but it's okay. Okay, boom. Okay, vision board. Girl, first, I just want to say, is that on your vision board? Do you have positive statements that say, thus the move with my children are successful and we are all happy? And if you didn't put that, well, guess what? Homework, baby. You need to put that as a sticker and add it to that vision board because I know you like vision boards. So I don't know if you have it or not, but here we go. Vision. Create a board with images and words that inspire you. So I'm I'm getting that this is moving in that direction, that the answer to the question you're seeking is a yes, but you gotta put the fuel in it. You've got to fine tune it. You've got to add those things. And so you've got to put those words out there onto the void so that they begin to manifest. Yes, I am moving with my kids and it's successful. Yes, my everyone is happy. And if you want to go like the extra mile, you just start naming who is happy and create because that's what we are. We are co-creators with this energy, okay? So I'm going to throw the second card and see what it's going to. So I'm gonna let you pick, D. Do you want it from the soul truth or do you want it from the oracle of angels? Soul or oracle? So tell me which one and I will draw you the second card. As I said, if you make it to the live, you'll get dos cartitas, mi amorcito. So in the meantime, I'll just shuffle the other deck. Okay, soul. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, soul deck it is. Okay. Okay, so second card. Let's see how this continues to evolve that initial question. Let's see how they both, work together. So let's see. Interesting. So I shuffled the deck. Just because of that. So just give me a second here. Sorry. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to go into this one real quick, but I just realized I wasn't really done with you yet, girl. And I know you love it. You love that I wasn't done with you yet. What is Mark saying? Markle? Did I say Markle? Did I say his name right? He's saying, what is she talking about? So where did I put the visioning? Vision. Man, I shuffled that card so good it just mixed itself there. So wow. Interesting. Give me just 2 seconds because I need to do this right. You don't want me to give you a half reading. I can't. The muse here doesn't let me. Okay. What did I mix it with this other card? I just had a card just pick up legs and just walk away from me. But anyway, I'm going to try. I just really wanted to show it to you one more time. How important, the vision. Oh my goodness. Just one more. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Thank you, Daisy. Thank you, angels. Okay. So what am I most afraid of losing? So in reference to that, what are you afraid of losing? Are you afraid that someone's not going to be happy? Are you afraid that, it's not going to be successful? You see the question from your vision board, the question here, create a board with images and words that inspire you. This is here just saying that there is something that you're doubting, something that's fear. So it's like you have to go do surgery on yourself and remove that, extrapolate that. And I'm just going to read the back here for you and also put this card here so that it blends. It says here, as we grow, change, and transform our lives, it requires us to let go of something that was to make room for what will be. If you were to take the big leap today, would you feel scared of losing love, safety, or belonging? Whatever that leap is, that move, right? What if it was a big fat lie? What if it was impossible to lose any of those things because you have the power to give everything you need to yourself? What if, now I'm just going to add this part, what if there's nothing to fear? What if, um, there's no fear that people's going to be upset, mad, unsuccessful? What if that's not true? What if it's just something that you are making up along the way, right? So today's soul action, I'm going to turn it over so you can read the soul action, but it says here, name that fear and look at the worst case scenario. Find a solution. Take your power back by being certain of who you are and where you are going. Today's mantra, baby. I move toward knowing I am powerful beyond measure. I am loved. I am safe, and I belong. So I'm going to hold it here for a couple seconds. So later on, you can come back. I don't know if you can read it, if it's too blurred. I can't believe it's so blurred. And I don't know if it's because I'm burning incense and it's a little smoky. Oh, it's so much light. Oh. So I'm just trying to get this together for anyway. But there it is. And that's your mantra. So some of the little things you've got to just tweak and get those ideas, get those cobwebs out, and work with your vision board. Is that good? Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hey, Billy Bob. Mwah. I love you, Billy Bob. Okay. Okay. Are we ready for Marco? Does he have a question, or did he just want me to throw a card? Yes, gracias. So yes, gracias mean yes, gracias, just a general. Okay. So we're going with our Archangel Gabriel deck here and see for Marco what will show up. Let's see what shows up here. It's getting the lighting. I'm probably going to lose my lighting from outside because the sun is setting. Okay, so here we go. Marco, this is for you. And we'll do a second card for you too, so don't worry. Okay, interesting. Divine guidance. Divine guidance. The ideas you are receiving are heaven-sent answers to your prayers. So I'm sorry about the glare. Maybe if I hold it like this for a little bit. So this is about trusting and discerning. That when you ask a question about something that you feel in your soul, or that you just maybe even in general, just that second voice that you hear, that voice that comes and responds, that little nudge that you get, that you are being divinely guided. Okay? So that's kind of important about that. Hey, Magdalena. Hello, hello, beautiful. So the second card, so giving you the Muses gets to choose. Did you want it from the Soul or the Oracle? You want a second card from Soul Truth or Oracle? Your pick. And in the meantime, glad you made it, beautiful. Let's see what you got there. And thank you for the hearts and the likes. I really appreciate it. Okay, so Oracle. All right. Boom. Oracle it is. Okay, Marco. Hopefully this message is resonating with him. And I have a feeling that Marco is a he. I don't know why I think it's a he because of Mark, right? Could be Markel. Markel? Anyway, so here we go. Okay, this is your message. Initiation. Ooh, oh, I get it. So isn't that interesting? We have like this portal here, and then in this deck there seems to be like a window also. So the message here about initiation is that the message I'm getting is that you're most likely going, I don't know why I'm getting like you're going through something. It's manageable, but you are going through some hardship. You're going through something. There's something that you're moving through. I'm getting this message, but anyway, but it's a part of this initiation, and this initiation has to do with this over here, this divine guidance. It's almost like Oh, I'm getting goosebumps on this one. So, Marco, this is what I'm getting to share with you. It's almost like when you go to any school, let's say not just any school, like when you're trying to get a certification, right? Or an apprentice school. That's the best. When you're going through an apprentice school and you have a mentor, and the mentor gives you some assignments to do, and but he doesn't really tell you that there are some things within the assignment that he has put in there to see and test your nettle, to test you. And that's the initiation. So this guidance thing, there's something of a spirituality, there's something evolving, something about your soul growth, that the things that are happening in your life, it's because of you be needing to trust and literally understand the power that's within you, and not doubt it, not second guess it. And so these things that you might call situations, challenges, or just, sometimes we just call these, crap of life that happens to us, right? But it's your ability. There's two ways to handle. When we're going through the gauntlet of life, there's two ways to handle it. We could just curse the whole way through and just deal with more potholes and more potholes because we're cursing it along the way. Or it's like, hey, we know it's there. Come on, come on. I got this. I'm going to go through it. Yeah, you know what? I don't like it, but I'm going to be a better person for it. Let's see who I'm going to become because of that. Who am I going to be because of this challenge? And so this is the initiation for you. Who are you going to become as you are willing to surrender, as you're willing to understand that you do have a guide that loves you, that voice is just that information, that the great energy, and being able to, you know, follow that next step with it. Anyway, there you go. Okay. That's you. Okay, Magdalena, you are next. And yay. I love you too. Muchas gracias. Okay. Hopefully that resonated. And, enjoy that. Okay, so here we go. Magdalena. Boom. Okay, so what do we have here? It's in the reverse. So I'm going to read it the reverse, but we need to see what the message says. It says here, okay, so we have pay attention to your dreams. Ooh, you have a message that's going to be coming to you, and it's going to be revealed through your dreams there. I know it's blurry. I'm going to do my best to, read it for you. And it says here, you are receiving divine guidance while you sleep. Even if you don't remember your dreams, the answers are in your unconscious mind, where they appear in order to help you. So you all know, if you're in my Patreon group, I keep my dream journal. I've been keeping it forever. Sometimes it's so convoluted. I don't pay attention to my dream. I am loyal to the fact that when I have a dream, I rush over and I write it down. Then what I do is I don't go back reading it. I just go back, after maybe a month, and then I kind of, then, or sometimes if spirit guides me that, I better look at this, or if I need to sit with it. But I just write it down and just walk away. And you think that, you don't remember your dreams, but the thing is you just have to tell your mind, I am going to remember my dream. And you let those be the last words. So you're giving a command to all your cells in your body that it has a job. It has a job, and it needs to remember the dream. And then you have to either do two things: be good at writing it down right away. And that's the challenge, because sometimes if you have that weird dream, like at 3 o'clock, or maybe even worse, right before you wake up, where you still have 30 minutes of sleep, and you're like, oh, I'm going to remember when I wake up, and then you go to sleep and boom, it just disappears. It falls out. You're like, I do remember something, and it's so fleeting and you can't grab it. So you just kind of get into the discipline that the minute you have it, you just jump out and write it down. Even if it's scribbly, even if you can't read the language, your own handwriting, you'll understand it eventually, or if you keep a recorder, then you can record, so it's a discipline. It's a discipline, but it's one that pays off huge dividends, because it's almost like you're tapping into this secret portal that's just for you, even when you have convoluted dreams. I do dream interpretations, which is just me helping you decipher your symbols, and that's on my fortune forecast website. So if you want a consultation and you have your dreams written down and you want someone to help you just try to make sense of it, yeah, I can help you. Okay, so Magdalena saying, um, Dee was saying, I appreciate you. Well, I appreciate you too. And Maria Magdalena was saying, not boring, but it is upside down. Um, I am going to remember my dream. There you go. Yep, being there and had tried to continue my dream even when I wake up. So yeah, so you know what we're talking about here. So this is that. Just pay attention that your angels want to share something important with you, and it's all blurry. I don't know why. But anyway, I read it. It's good. And so make it a point within these next few days. I would say that you've got a period here, and I'm getting the number 3. So it could be for the next 3 months, maybe for the month of June. There's something important that the angels want to share with you. So I'm going to throw your second card. Do you want it from the Oracle deck, or do you want it from Soul Truth? Do you want it from the Soul Truth deck, or you want it from the Oracle of the Angels? So my live babies get the second pick. Dun, 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 dun. Just let me know which one, and we will shuffle away. Okay, soul. Okay, so let's see what will be revealed as your second card and see how it goes. See if it blends with the first card. Soul truth. Okay, the soul truth. Okay, and here we go. Bam. This is it. Okay, so what does it say here? Okay, it says here, what boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships? Oh, so maybe there is something about these relationships that someone, and relationships, it's so vague. So only you know that, because I mean, I'm not doing a full reading, so I can't sit here and just throw 20 cards and get to the bottom of this. But uh, probably the first 2 relationships that come up that you might have challenge with, that's where you need to start the work. So anyway, I'm going to read this for you. It says here, to create more healthy boundaries, we must first get in tune with our own needs, desires, and feelings, and believe we are worthy of them. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where you begin. So it says here, today's soul action. When we separate our energy from others, we gain clarity about what we really want. Ooh, this is interesting, because it's saying that maybe somebody's being a little bit imposing on you, and you've just kind of been giving them a lot. So it's like, you know, oh, this is interesting for you. It says, then we stop doing things that no longer align with ourselves. If you are an empath, which I know you're very sensitive, you can still be compassionate towards others without taking on their stuff. Yeah, you might have a couple people that are trying to dump their load on you. Okay, and it says here, it is safe to trust that you are not here to fix anyone. I like that. It says here, today's mantra, I have everything I need within me now, and so do they. I am worthy of my needs. I set boundaries based on what's best for me. So maybe if I know that it's blurred. I can't, even if I put it right up there, I can't see it. Those I don't know. Maybe I have to go keep it far. But anyway, so apparently there's maybe someone or someones that you've taken on to help them, and but that might be hindering them, and so they're almost like, expecting that, but then that's taking away from your energy, and so they're becoming vampires and they don't even know it. So, and that's not healthy. So I like the fact that it says here, um when you adopt, okay, when you separate your energy, you get clarity about what you really want in life. So I like that. So it says here, can you send me pic with it of it? Of course. Yes, yes. Let me write this down so I remember what card was yours. Boundaries. Okay. Okay, beautiful. That was your message. I love it. It's intense. Does it resonate with you a little bit there? Oh, beautiful. Okay. So I know now that you know that your angel is going to visit you. That's going to be like exciting. Like, I can't wait to go to sleep now. My angel's waiting for me, having a meeting. Okay. So the next one that I'm going to read for is going to be for Donna. The next one's going to be for Donna. Okay. So here we go. Okay, Donna, this angel card message is in the reverse. So it says, open your heart to love. So it looks like this is something that you're struggling with. It says here, the more you open your heart and pour your love into your creations, the greater their life force energy. So this did come in the reverse. So understand that um, whatever you're doing, these are your creations. Just see the beauty of it. See the inspiration. See that it is coming from you. These are your babies. You know, your ideas are coming forth, and you're watching them manifest. And it's like this is a whole new chapter. And be open. It says, open your heart to love. Open your heart to love. And I love how it says here, the more you open your heart and pour your love into your creations, the greater their life force is. So it's also you pouring that love, not thinking that there isn't enough. There's so much from the fountain. I cannot tell you the infinite amount of love, but there is. So don't be selfish with your love. Just give it away. What the heck? Give it away. Okay. So that's your message, Donna. Okay. And if you just Candace, all right. One love 33333. How are you, Candace? If you want a card drawn, go ahead. Let me know. And if you have a question, specify. I am taking care of those that are on the queue here. So the next one that I have here is going to be for Genesis. The next one is going to be for Genesis. All right, Genesis, let's see what your message will reveal. We're consulting the muse from the Archangel Gabriel Oracle deck. Okay, let's see what it says here. Okay, bam. Okay, this one's for you, Genesis. It says gratitude, gratitude. And again, I apologize for the glare, the lighting. Plus, there's a gloss on this deck, so it doesn't really help much more. But it says here, you attract more blessings when you appreciate your current blessings. So I like this message for you right now, and I don't know what you might be going through, Jen, but I will tell you that you don't have to wait for December 31, the last day of the year, to do an evaluation of, the things that, you're blessed. You don't have to wait for Thanksgiving Day. This is that moment. And the angels are bringing you this moment to say, hey, you will attract more blessings when you appreciate your current blessings. And they're asking you to, sit down and make a little list and write 10 things that you feel that you are blessed. And as you sit with it, go deep into it and see how others are connected to those blessings that you are receiving now. And you're going to find out an immense light, just, like, oh, if you were going through something that was painful for you, well, guess what? It's going to change that perspective, and you're going to see what you were taking for granted as, like, yeah, other people don't have this. There are people struggling for the want of what you have. And so yeah, enjoy that, and take a minute with your journal and write down, if you can't find 10 things that you're feel that are blessings in your life, start with 5, but then go the next step and connect people to those blessings. And then you begin to see, wow, I'm not here by myself. I'm not alone. Because sometimes we get a little bit narrow-minded, and we don't realize what what grand orchestra it is, and how many people are involved in your own sustenance. I mean, think about the food you ate today. If it got packaged, if it got delivered to the supermarket, if it was planted in the ground, all these people, we got to be grateful that they were a part of your life today. And to bless your food and to bless those that, were a part in helping you, satiate your hunger or your palate's desire, So there you go. Okay. Hi, Sean. How are you? Okay, so the next one on the queue is going to be Tammy. The next one on the queue is Tammy. Let's see what, the oracle will reveal. I am doing fabulous. Yes, thank you for asking. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the likes and thank you for the hearts. Back at you. Okay, so Tammy, focusing in. I'm going to do one more little shuffle here for Tammy. All right, here we go. Okay, so Tammy, this one's yours. Tammy. Okay, classes. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So we have here, Tammy, learning and teaching are part of your higher calling. So this is a chapter that's showing up in your life, and it's interesting because when you look back a year ago, you didn't know some things, and it's interesting how much you've learned. And so you are being asked, hey, stay open to learning. The more that you become hungry about just even the smallest things, it's like if something comes into your life and somebody wants you to do something, do a little more research. You'll be surprised how much more of what I would call better decisions you're going to make, just because you decided to say, I think I know this, but let me do a little more learning. Let me get a little more research. Let me get to the back of this or get to the bottom of this. So take heed about this. And I'm getting the number 10 associated with this message. So within the next 10 days, there's going to be most likely something that you're going to need to say yes to, or information. This is your chance to go learn a little bit more, and you'll be glad that you did. It's going to show you things that you didn't know, and you'll be able to make better decisions because of that. And you might even save some money. So I am looking forward to you putting a message. Let me know, Daisy, you won't believe this. And I did that, and I was going to go with this person or this company, and bam, I saved some money. So I'm excited about that. Okay, the next message here is going to be for Oneida. The next message is going to be for Oneida. And again, if you'd like to have a card drawn for you, let me know, and I'll put you on the queue. If you have a question, let me know. And it's a 1-card draw, so you let me know, and I'll throw a card here for you. Okay, Oneida, let's see what we have here for you. Okay, new project. Okay. What isn't a new project in your world, girl? Here we go. I'm going to read it here. It says, like a newborn baby, your actions are growing your idea into reality. So it's interesting because this was the first oracle that showed up for Madeline, if I remember. So it started off the messages today, but in her case, it was in the reverse. So yours is saying, hey, new project is going to be on the table. And just like a new baby, remember, you can't go to launch date without doing all those checkpoints, and there's still this baby still has to learn how to walk, and there's still a lot of things that you need to consider before, but it's kind of exciting. And when there is something new, right? It's almost like you're dating someone. It's just so yummy, discovering all the different angles, all the possibilities, all these things that new projects do for us. And it also like opens up our mind to new things. And so it helps us glow a little more. So there you go. A new project on the way, far away from launch date though. Okay. The next one up is going to be Inez. The next one up is going to be Inez. Don't realize how much you talk when you do these things. They're like monologues. Okay, so Inez, what do we have here? Inez, the time management. What is going on with time management? I don't know why. I feel you trying to reach me from the ethers. But either way, it says here, place your priorities at the top of your to-do list and don't allow distractions to deter your focus. And sometimes many of us are guilty of this, whether we're working for, someone, or whether we are, working for ourselves. Sometimes the hardest thing we try to save for last. But the truth is, you sit down, you make that list and prioritize it and do that. You know, there's a book I've read and it's called Eat the Frog. So basically it's just saying, hey, do those hard things first and it's just going to make the rest of your day so much better. Because if something comes along and you've already eaten the frog, done the hardest thing on your list, you're going to feel accomplished. You're going to be like, okay, if somebody calls up and say, hey, let's go out to lunch, and you don't mind making it an hour lunch, because you did the hardest thing already, and you feel like, hey, this is okay. I deserve this, So, Inez, time management, practice time management, and the angels are saying, hey, do those priority things first. Put them on the top, okay? Okay. Next one up, I'm going to do Anna Maria. Anna Maria, here we go. And thank you so much for joining me. If you're joining me at this video, welcome. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my live. If you would like a card and see what the oracle might say, why not? Have a little fun. And Anna Maria, here we go. Okay, Anna, it says detox time. Hello, so this is a health reading for you. I'm not a doctor or a health person, but it says here release toxins from your body, mind, and diet. So this is not just a detox for your there you go. This is not a detox just for your body, which, I'm sure you're going to be able to consult your doctor or your therapist or whoever you go to, or maybe you've already have something that you practice for detoxing and you haven't done it. And maybe this is the time to bring that back, try to get that summer body going on, right? And also, I love it how it says here, mind, for your mind. So, what are some things that you feel have been, weighing you down? So it's time to go through your inventory of your mind and just, say purge, just get that out, detox your mind. And I liked how it says your diet also, which is so different than body, because maybe there's some things in your normal diet. Diet doesn't mean abstaining from food. Diet is what is it that you eat that might not be healthy, and you just might need to, make those adjustments. So detox time. That's what the angels are saying for you. Okay, the next one up is going to be for Linda. Linda, how are you, baby? Hopefully you are doing well. Let's see what will be revealed for you. Okay, this one is in reverse as reading. What's going on, Linda? Now, let's see, now we got to talk, like motivation. Why is this motivation upside down? It says here, pray for guidance as to how to increase your enthusiasm for and focus on this project. So this came out in the reverse. So I want to know what's going on. What is it that you are, dragging butt with? Why isn't that get this going? So the angels are saying, if you're struggling with this, pray for that guidance and put yourself in the place of seeing these projects done. Put yourself in that place, not in the place of where you're at now, but kind of what would it feel like when all your projects are done? What would it feel like when this one thing that you feel challenged with is accomplished? What would that feel like? If you can answer those questions, you are on the way to getting that motivation, because it's in the feeling. And if you're going to feel so relieved, or you're going to feel pumped up, or you're going to feel like, yeah, this is just feels really good, then that'll be sometimes the spark that you need that will get you motivated, because then all of a sudden you'll like unlock why weren't you doing it before. So the feeling will take you there. Okay, so you gotta kind of leave me a message. I want to know about this, because I getting strong vibes about it, and I think you're going to be happy with that you're already getting that direction for it. Okay, the next one up is going to be Janara. Let's see what the oracle will reveal for you, Janara. Okay, Journaling. Okay, they're telling you to go start writing stuff, right? It says you're consistently writing about your feelings, and what it says here, activities stirs creative ideas and builds your confidence as a writer. So this is a little bit more than, being a writer. This is really about you being able to take what you have inside and put it in a book, not a book like, well, heck, if you want to publish, go do it. But this, what I'm getting more of, uh, okay, this is the message I'm getting to now. Right now, if I were inside your head with you, we would be a little bit stuck because we would be kind of going through some cobwebs. We might get entangled a little bit. And so this is what the angels are saying. Like, get out of your head, get these things on paper, just start writing your feelings, you just start even just jotting ideas down, and you're going to start making room in here so it won't be so tangled. And if you keep this up, even start a 21-day journal challenge where you just, it could be a diary, it could be just, poetry, could be ideas, could be things that just, funny things that just come into your head. But it seems that it's like somebody just, like, I just opened up the closet and it's like, ooh, you don't have any organization in here, girl. Like, I can't find anything. Wait, you can't find anything in here. So this will help you do that, okay? Don't ask me how. It's just coming to me, but you will. You just need to put a little bell, a little reminder in your phone, something, journal today, put it for 21 day and put yourself on a 21-day, journal challenge. Okay. And here we go. So if I'm getting ready to close out the channel here, and close out the video, duh. And if there is something that you would like, trying to catch you while you're still here, please do state your name and the question you have, and I will address your questions. So here we go. Flor, you are next. Okay, so we have another card. And what is this with writing? All these people are being told to go write. So writers group, create or join a writers group to gain inspiration, friendship, and support. So I'm getting the feeling here, it's not just about the writers group. This is about the support group. And it's like you've gone at this thing so by yourself, so solo, and you really need to either join a support group, whatever it is, whether it's a hobby that you've taken up or something that you're doing. You can't do it alone anymore, Floor. You need to really have others involved, and not just the family. It's just like literally others, and that's going to expand not only what you are doing, but it's also going to bring in more creativity, and it's going to take you to different places that you've never been before. So consider that, okay? And you'll be able to, at least expand your circle in what it is that you're doing. So the writers group is a little bit more than the writers group. The writers group is really about expanding, and reaching out. Don't have to do this alone, okay? So who do we have here? Dory, hello. You were late. No, you're not late. Do you have a question that you want me to throw a card on? And Magdalena said, would it be appropriate to open a card for you? Angels might want to give you. Ah, baby, you want to know what the angels want to tell me? Of course it would be appropriate. And I think that that was the most sweetest thing anyone has asked me today. I love it. So before I do that, oh man, you're going to make me cry, Magdalena. Let me keep it together here. Let me keep it together. Dory, did you have a question before I draw a card for me? And I'll give you that. I'll give you that second there. I'll give you 2 seconds to draw your card. And let me know. So I'm going to shuffle. Will I be happy when I move? Will you be happy? What is this with moving and people? What is this? What is this? Okay, Dory, here we go. Whoa. Okay, Dory, the card fell, so I will pick it up. And that's your card. That's your card. I didn't mean to shake you up. Okay, so let's see what it is. So here we go. Boom. Keep going. Yes, look at that. Use the energy of any disappointments to fuel your creative project with authentic emotion. So it says here, will I be happy when I move? Um, God said I was moving, and it just says keep going. It doesn't that like moving and going like line up like hello. Could this be more like louder, Dory? So yes, keep going. Use the energy of any. So like no matter what's happening, no matter like it says here when you move, no matter what happens along the way, there might be some things that the expectations are not going to be there as you thought. It just says here use those disappointments, to keep going and just be authentic about what you're doing, where you're going, what's happening in your life, and there you go. Keep going. So take that happiness with you. Don't take the doubts and the disappointments. Just chuck it up as, hey, this is just the thing that's going on. Okay. So there you have it. Okay. Magdalena was saying, you are such a giver. Why not receive? And I will close my ears when you No, don't close yours. It's fine. I'm going to, do my card, and we'll close out the session with, a reading for myself while you're here with me. Okay. So I am definitely going to give myself 2 cards. So here we go. I want to thank all of you for being a part of this live event. And thank you for the hearts, the likes. Thank you for, joining me here and subscribing to my channel. And, you can be part of my Patreon. You can be, you can get reading with me. I'll leave all those links. And the Enoch stuff that I talked about with the angels, all these links are going to be in the description of this video when I close it out in a little bit. You are so funny, Magdalena. Now I'm laughing. There we go. Okay, so this is for me. What do the angels want to tell me? I am ready to receive. So it says here, authenticity. There we go. Trust that your real self, whom God created divinely perfect. Hello, I'm divinely perfect. Has the strength and knowledge needed for this situation. So I'm really very happy because I want you to know, yes, I've said this before, I do have hesitation with my channel. It's like, oh, does anybody listen? Is this something good? It just says, I just do what you're doing. Don't worry about it. So yeah, I got my own, quirks, but I said, what the heck, what the heck? So I think that this is a beautiful message. Trust that your real self, whom God created divinely perfect, has the strength and knowledge needed for this situation. So I thank you for that. And let's see my second card. That's a beautiful card. I love it. I just keep trusting God, my creator. Okay. Heaven's door. I love it. How could this be more angelic? Heaven's door is my message. So keep going, keep being guided. I love it. So with that, Magdalena, thank you. I am going to be smiling all the rest of the evening for myself. Thank you, everyone. Let's see. This is a new month. So you know that I think it's the 21st. That's a full moon. That's when we're going to be doing our next live event where I will be sharing with you live readings. And that'll be at 3:00 Eastern Standard Time. And so until then, hopefully you'll come back and visit my channel. I am putting out a video. Well, I'm putting out a series of videos from the book I'm reading, which is called, just to give you a little clue, The Human Aura. Love it. And then after that, I am working on the next video for our tarot and oracle lovers. And it's actually called, I'm titling it, The Flowers of the Tarot, especially the Rider-Waite deck. So it's going to be all about the flowers and their meanings. And so just a little bit of that. So anyway, I do hope that you come back to the channel, share this video, subscribe, and see you at the next live event. Mwah. I love you all.